Hello! Happy Vlogmas! Happy holidays! As you can see, I have my fake tree here. I don't have a star on it. It's a work in progress. It'll eventually become something way cooler. I'm just waiting on a few things to come in. But I hope you guys are all doing well. I haven't posted a video in a while, and I actually have a couple to post. I just haven't posted them. There's reasons. But anyway, I figured I haven't done one of these in a really long time, and since it's December 1st, I've always wanted to do Vlogmas, which is like posting a vlog every day in December, which is not going to happen because my life is just not that interesting. But I figured we could start with at least one. I wanted to show you my tree. And right now my office is a total disaster. I cleaned recently, and then I've been working on setting up my new build here, and it's just quickly turned into a disaster, especially with stream. Yeah, it's all a mess. But if you haven't been watching me on Twitch, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. This camera is really heavy. Uh-oh, I pressed a button. I don't know where to sit. I want to sit somewhere, but I want to sit somewhere near... So I haven't posted a video on here in a while, just talking about things. Most of the videos have been very topical. In the beginning of the year, I kind of started doing more vlogs and just having like discussions of what was going on and things of that sort. And I haven't done one of those in a while, so I figured I would do one today to start off Vlogmas and just kind of let you all know where my head is at, especially since I posted that video about quitting my job, which was almost 2 months ago. So crazy. I left my job on October 4th and it's now December 1st. I can't believe 2 months have passed, but here we are. I feel like I have accomplished a lot. I may not have a lot to show for it, nor have I posted a lot of videos or done much that is quantifiable, but I feel like I've done a lot in here. And essentially that's the most important thing, and kind of what my goal was for taking some time off between quitting my job and finding a new job. So I'm getting to the point where I'm starting to look for a job, but I want to make sure that it's something that I want to do. And so I've kind of started to go down a different path that probably will be surprising to some people. I might do a separate video on this, since this is just like a vlog, just me talking and explaining where my head is at. So I'll probably do a separate video on this. But this is something that has actually come to fruition through streaming on Twitch. And I always seem to navigate towards a certain narrative on Twitch. And it's like not an area that I really expected to be passionate about, but I seem to keep going in that direction. And now I'm starting to read books around this area, and I might as well just tell you, I'm leaning towards privacy, data privacy. And you might think, oh, so you're going to be protecting the data on like the IT side. Well, not necessarily. While I do find that side very interesting and important, very important, I'm leaning actually more towards the policy side and laws and regulations and different agencies that have to do with protecting our privacy. For some reason, I cannot seem to stop talking about this topic when I'm streaming on Twitch. It always comes back to data privacy somehow. We're always talking about breaches, about companies mishandling our data, our information, our security. So there is definitely a security element to it. I wouldn't say I'm like moving away from security or even IT. I think this is just a more specialized area, if that makes sense. So, which is good, I think, because sometimes security is like so broad, and if you get into like I was doing on Blue Team, it's just, you're not really accomplishing too much other than protecting a company. And to me, that wasn't very fun, or I didn't get a lot of purpose out of it. I mean, obviously it's very, very important, but the day-to-day was very similar every day. It was kind of monotonous. You're kind of just like always waiting to respond to things, and I didn't really like that. So that's why I'm kind of gravitating to a different side of things. Some people have suggested going more towards a red team, and while I do think red team probably would be more interesting for me, I want to try this privacy direction first. The only problem is it's not something that is like offers a lot of jobs. There are not a lot of job postings, that's what I'm getting at. And a lot of the job postings that do exist are specifically more geared towards attorneys, which makes sense. Privacy law obviously comes into play whenever you're using a service or an application or anything. You have things like a terms of service or their privacy policy. So there are attorneys behind those who write those. I'm looking more towards being like a data privacy advocate or a consultant, something to that effect where I have it all in my head of knowing what needs to be known about the laws of the agencies, what to do to protect the data, things of that sort. I have it all in my head, and I can help companies secure that information and abide by all the laws. So that's kind of where I've been gravitating at the moment. I'm not saying for sure that that's the direction that I'm 100% going to go in, because I change directions often. This is just who I am. I can't change that. I like to build and grow and expand. I don't really sit in one place at one time. So I apologize if some of you get really annoyed with the fact that I do jump around a lot. That's just me. I can't change that. And I don't think I would if I could. So on this topic, I've been actually studying for a new certification. A lot of people haven't heard of this certification. It's called the CIPP. It's a Certified Information Privacy Professional. It is established by the IAPP, which is a privacy organization, and they have a different privacy certification for different areas of the world, because obviously the laws in the United States are going to be different than like the EU or different parts of the world. So this is things like GDPR and the new California protection law that's going into effect in 2020. There are a lot of different things happening right now in legislation, and I find it all very, very fascinating, because I do feel like big tech has come in and kind of taken advantage of the lack of regulation. And of course, we've seen this in other industries before. This is what happens, right? Something new pops up, and then we need to rein them in a little bit, because they do take advantage of the public and the people. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sure most of you know what I'm talking about, because you're all very intelligent people. But I'm talking about how like data is exploited, and we've seen this things with like the 2016 election in the United States with Cambridge Analytica. This undeniable data exploitation on the back of Facebook. So not the biggest fan of Facebook, never really was, but now I'm like even more so the more I read about it. What do you guys think about Facebook buying Beat Saber? Crazy goddamn Facebook. Fuck. So on my Twitch streams, we actually talk about this topic a lot. We do a lot of research into what companies are doing to protect data, or what they say they're doing, and their privacy policies and breaches, because unfortunately breaches happen way too often. You could argue the fact that our data is out there and maybe we can't really keep it safe anymore, but I prefer to argue more so in how it is mined and harvested, and especially with children, we don't know what is exactly, you know, certain applications, say for example TikTok is harvesting of specifically the children that use it, and we might not know that for a very long time. So this is a very interesting area for me. Like I said, it's not going to be for everyone. It's a little bit more outside of tech, I would say. Obviously it still has to do with tech, because it's all what big tech is doing, and I'm not trying to like take them all down or anything. I just feel like the public needs to be protected, and I find that side really interesting. So yeah, that's the direction I'm going in. So I am studying for this. Is the certification, this is the book. I don't recommend going out and buying this book and studying for the certification unless you do your research, because like I said, there are not many jobs for privacy professionals that are non-attorney. So I actually did start thinking about law school, but then I realized I really don't want law school debt, so it's very unlikely that will happen. But I'm studying for this, and we'll see. I have a lot to learn because it is so law specific. If you're a non-attorney, obviously you have to learn all the law side too. So I have a lot to learn, and so this will happen. And then also, you guys know I read a lot, so over the past year, I've kind of read a lot of tech books. You guys know I posted the video recently about 5 security books that I recommend, and those are all fantastic books. I also read tech books and how big tech is, and what people think the internet will become, things of that sort. I'm reading some really fantastic books right now. I have 5 books left to hit my goal for the year of 50 books. But I have like 3 books that are halfway done, so I'm not too worried about it. But I have a month left to read the 5 books. Right now, I am really enjoying this, Don't Be Evil by Rana Forhar. Fabulous book. This book is crazy. It just came out like a month or 2 ago. She writes for the Financial Times, and she's a fantastic journalist. The information that is in this book, which is all cited, is kind of staggering. I mean, a lot of it we know. Obviously, it is about Facebook, Google, Amazon, Netflix, and Apple. Those are the big companies that kind of have like a very specific niche in tech and what they are doing, whether they are grasping up all the small companies and utilizing or killing them, utilizing their information. Example, Google buying Fitbit recently and acquiring all of your health information that you've ever put in your Fitbit before. That's something to consider, that now Google has all of your health information from that. And yeah, it just talks about don't be evil, if you don't know, is Google's old slogan. That used to be what their tagline, don't be evil. They don't have it anymore, and there's a reason for that. It's because some would argue that they've gone in a different direction. They probably started off with good intentions. Actually, they definitely for sure did start off with good intentions, and they've gone down a different rabbit hole with both Google and YouTube, and yeah, we can say a lot about Google. Google and Facebook are 2 companies that I could endlessly read about in everything that they've done, especially over the last few years, but there's a lot of good information, and I think the public doesn't, the public doesn't want to know, both the public doesn't know and also doesn't want to know, because they don't want to give up services like their Facebook. And I get it. Facebook has created a platform that is enjoyed by many, many people and keeps them connected. The problem is that Facebook, while it's free, it makes you the product, and it's stealing not stealing, it's using all of your data behind the scenes so that you can stay connected with your people. So it's created this service that you don't want to give up, but instead you're giving up all of your information, and then in turn they use your data to target advertising, things like political information, maybe specific companies that they work with or partner with. There's a lot of areas of this where I could get even deeper into things like video games, and how video games have unfortunately gone from these wonderful like art creations and storylines, and now they have maximized the ability to become addicted, things like loot boxes, and it's so frightening that unfortunately this is where we have been led. And obviously I'm not the person that's going to be like, take down all the video games, because obviously that's not the case. I love video games. I just don't like how they have manipulated people into buying things that are unnecessary for the game, or like pay to win. I think it's disgusting. I think most of you will agree that loot boxes are pretty disgusting. I don't like how they've manipulated people with their time so that you play a game endlessly, not because necessarily it's fun or you're enjoying it, but because they really literally manipulated your attention. I'm so sorry, I didn't want this vlog to become so negative, so I'm gonna stop here. This is what happens on my Twitch channel. I go down these tangents of stuff because I'm like formulating the thoughts in my head, and they all just come out loud, and this is what happens. So I'm gonna stop that right now. But these are the books that I'm reading, the certification that I'm studying for, and kind of the things that I'm working on right now at the moment. Having said that, I have been streaming a lot on Twitch lately, so if you haven't followed my Twitch channel and you want to, it's actually the same name as my YouTube channel, Caitlin V3, but feel free to follow the channel and come join me anytime. I usually start streaming between 1 and 4 p.m. Pacific, and then I usually stop around 8 p.m. when Sassy comes and tells me she wants to go for a walk. So ultimately I said I was going to allow myself the freedom of no job until the end of the year, which leaves me with 1 month left before I start really deciding what I want to do next. Hopefully by then I will have the certification. Hopefully then I will have kind of formulated the thoughts in my head a little bit better, led me into the right direction. Who knows if that's the case? I feel like I'm never in the right direction. Maybe I'm going towards the right direction. But yeah, hopefully we'll see. So maybe I'll do another update video at the beginning of January and we'll see where we're at. I hope y'all had a fantastic Thanksgiving and that you're getting ready for the holidays, whichever holiday you celebrate. As you can see, I have a nice tree here. It's very wobbly. Every time I touch it, it wobbles. But there's a fun project that I'm actually in the midst of doing with this tree, including some computer companies. You'll see, but it's kind of a fun little thing. And yeah, I won't be posting a vlog every day in December for Vlogmas. My life is just not that interesting to vlog every day because I honestly wake up, I read, I walk Sassy, I then get ready, I often spin or work out or do something, which is good, because I was kind of neglecting working out for a little bit, but now that I am working out, I feel so much better. So I work out and then I get ready and then I start stream. And then once I end stream, I walk Sassy and I read and I go to bed. So my life is just really not that interesting right now. Not enough to vlog. But yeah, hopefully this video kind of gives you some insight into what I've been doing lately. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below or come over to the Twitch channel and ask, because I'm more than happy to dive deeper into this topic. If you have any experience in data privacy, please also let me know, because I would love to talk to other professionals, or just professionals in general, not other professionals, who have experience in it. That'd be fantastic. I think this is a topic that we are going to honestly be talking about more often, just because regulation is coming, and whether big tech companies like it or not, and I think that it is going to affect us in one way or another. And I think it's an important topic to stay informed about. So that I will stay informed to then inform y'all, hopefully. Anyway, I hope you guys all have a fantastic day. Thanks so much for watching this video. Also, if you want to see more videos like this, where I'm kind of just like talking naturally and not really have a specific agenda in mind, I do have a Patreon channel where I post more talking head videos like this, or like vlog style videos that are a little bit more natural and not so specific or topical. So if you want to see videos like that, then my Patreon link is down in the description box below. Thanks so much for watching. All my socials are in the box below too.